Alright guys, so an update just dropped. We'll get to it in a sec. Oh crap, please don't tell me now I'm not going to be able to get in a garden. Oh, why did I do that? I might not be able to get back into it anyways. I'm going to empty my inventory. Pretty much, if you're not aware, this past week there has been continuous alpha tests for Garden V2 essentially. And I have watched a little bit of stuff. I tried it out for myself, but I've not played it properly. So I can show you some things that are currently, I think if I go in here, yep, garden. There's basically mobs you can get in the garden. So yeah, I will basically wait until I can get into the garden. Can I get into it now? I can. Okay, so let me get on my... Did I put my farming equipment in it? I did. There we are. I don't have much farming tools, because I only recently got back into it anyways. So I think I'm still carrying my farming equipment. Yep, I am. Mushroom cow. Okay. So yeah, I'm also really broke, as you can tell. Also, why does this not run when you're not on the garden? It must be that, because that only has one, and it has at least another 27,000 compost. But you can also see at the top as well, it's garden level. Now you can actually see a garden level without having to go in a menu. So into the update. So first thing is, there's some new things in the both NPCs that were already here, Anita and Jacob. If you go in here, you can see there is 4 new things. So the first thing is a personal bests. So this is basically you get fortune for beating your personal best, and the higher the personal best is, the more fortune you'll get. And I think it goes up to 50 fortune, depending on your personal best. So yeah, we also have talismans now related to farming fortune, set basically during the Jacobs contest. So you basically get a random buff. So if we go in here, one of those, carrot, melon, or pumpkin, when having that talisman, will be the yellow circle will be yellow all, and basically that will be what gets you the buff of this farming fortune. So that's going to be a lot of stuff that is going to be grinded for. And then there's also new brackets, which I can't see right now because I'm not participating in that contest right now, and I don't think I will because I don't have any of the plots to do that. But pretty much, let's talk to the pest hunter. Howdy, Sonic YT. Sorry for the intrusion, but I got a report of a pest outbreak around here. What's a pest? Vermin, swine, buggers, you know, pests. They seem to pop up when you're breaking crops on your hand. What am I supposed to do about this? Okay, fella, take this Skyblock vacuum. So pretty much, you get this. It's basically using the vacuum system they made for the Rift. If you haven't played that quest yet, I mean that part of the story where you have to do the vacuum stuff for cats in the Rift, then this is going to be confusing for you for what I'm saying. But pretty much, it's the same thing. So when you find one, simply aim the vacuum and hold down the button, and you can suck them buggers up real quick. When you've done that, come back and tell me about how much fun you've had. So now, get rid of pests before they ruin your farming fortune. The minimum that ruins it, I think, after is 3. After 3, your farming fortune goes down massively. So you do want to do this. So yeah, and I am going to go into more depths of how people can avoid doing this, dealing with this when it is a contest, because they have been working on adjusting the pest system for contests, which is why it took more or less a week on the alpha to come out. So you can see there, I just got a mosquito. Now, the unique thing about these pests is they have some custom drops. So such as they have compost, honey jar, dung, plant matter, tasty cheese, buzzing beets, vinyl. I will get more into the vinyls in a minute. If I can get the pest that does drop it, then I can explain it more. There's also in the rare loot, enchanted sugarcane and clipped wings. Now, there's better pests than that, to be honest. So yeah, but for right now, and it also gives a garden bonus for the higher bestiary, I believe, as it says there, and it also gives Skyblock XP, which is amazing because I really need my Skyblock XP right now. Also, I was before this getting ready to do a Vampire Slayer video my road to 200, which by the way I accidentally hit 150, sorry, without on streaming it. So yeah, but let's talk to Philip. Wow, look at that ugly thing. I bet you had a blast trying to wrangle it into your vacuum. It was okay. To each of their own. I'm fascinated by these little fellas. Bring some back for me to study, and I'll reward you with farming fortune for your troubles. So if I put this in here, one pest, you can now see here, one pest exchange plus 10 farming fortune for the next 30 minutes. This is insane. And there's also a handbook here to show you what attracts what. And there's also a pest hunters thing here, which bonuses your pest chance. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to go into the Sky Mart, and I'm going to show you some other things they have added. So they have added clearly they have added more vacuums. So this is basically the standard one that you get to start with, and there's this one which leads you to the pest, which is really helpful if you can't find it in the plot. And there's also this one which does basically the same thing, but it deals a lot more damage. And then there's this one which does look the same, and then there's this one which has another perk saying plays vinyls at a frequency only pests can hear. So pretty much you need to get a chirping stereo which drops from another one of the pests. I can't remember which one. You need this bought already, which by the way, the way you buy these is you have to have the previous one owned. You can't just buy that one immediately. You have to have owned that one. So this is going to be a lot of copper people are going to need. So that's insane. And there's also this, which I will be given a free one. And there's also these, which are what have been implemented recently for farming festivals, and they pretty much will delay the amount of pests you get during a festival, which is pretty much useful because people don't want to be trying to do a 20-minute contest and having to deal with 3 pests or 5 pests, because the more pests you have in your island, the more farming fortune you'll lose, and that's not something people can really afford, because it's already hard as it is to get farming fortune, and if you lose that really massively now because of pests, it's difficult to stay above in the contests. And I think that's about it really. They've added into the Sky Mart. So what we'll do is we'll talk to the other person, and we'll get into the Spraynator stuff, because that is more of what I'm more interested about, because this can make the pest stuff a lot easier. So go see for yourself. Take this tasty cheese and use the Spraynator to spray a plot. So pretty much we're gonna go spray. We'll spray this potato one. Why not? So if I left click it, you can see there's all of these options here. So there is plant matter, dung, honey jar, tasty cheese, or compost. Those are the 5 extra items pests give you now. Besides compost and tasty cheese, which I think you can get. I don't know, this might be, no, that you can't get that from rats, but you can get compost, which is probably what people are going to use to start this out, and it's probably what I'm going to use as well, because it will be more easier to get. So, if I go into tasty cheese, and then I right click, I can spray the tasty cheese on this plot, and it will attract rat pests, as you can see. Now wait for a rat pest to take the bait, then use your vacuum to capture it. So then you can see there's a rat that is summoned in just now. So pretty much you got to now just use the vacuum on it, which I wasn't doing. I was trying to use the Spraynator on it for some reason, and pretty much you just got to vacuum it like this, and boom, you've got it. So let's have a look what this drops. So this drops basically the same items, but it just drops a Rodent Revolution vinyl, it drops a polished pumpkin, and it will also give you the level 1 legendary rat pet that you can get from the rats that spawn in the hub island, mainly in the houses in the village in the hub island. So yeah, so sprayed plots also grant bonus pest chance and increase the likelihood of a pest spawning when you break crops. If you ever have questions about pests, come chat with Philip or I. So pretty much, if you now farm in these plots, which by the way I need to turn on the no, that's not the right settings. If I go into garden settings and I turn on holograms, you can see here it's now saying sprayed with tasty cheese, time remaining 28 minutes. So now if you farm on this, you've got more of a chance of rats spawning when you farm this plot. So I'm going to farm this for a bit and see if I can get a pest to spawn. So yeah. Also, when you're in the sky mode, and if I can open up the desk, if you go into crop upgrades, you can actually do these upgrades on the crops, and it now actually says in the tab that it's applying it, because at first I didn't even think it was doing it, I'll be honest. But clearly it's not working, so currently it out right now, because I don't even have potato hoe, by the way, because you can see how many coins I have. I pretty much have 576 farming fortune, plus the potato fortune, that is 590. I then have a plus 10 from the pest hunter bonus, so I've currently got 600 farming fortune apparently. So yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know though, is that counting towards the farming fortune I've got up there? I don't know. I simply don't know. But oh, so I've got a pest that spawned, so I need to find it. Where is it? Where is it? There you are. So now I can vacuum up this rat, and I did participate in a pumpkin event because the pests do give farming drops. So yeah, there we go. I got another beastery, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you see, I did 2 rats, and I got an enchanted pumpkin in one of them, which is why it put me in a Jacob contest. So it means I can actually look at the brackets now, to show that off to you. And I also have a honey jar. I must have dropped that from I might have dropped that from the pets then, which gives moth and crickets, which I might then spray on my cane farms. Where am I going? Okay, I'm going over here. No, I'm talking to Jacob. So if I go over here, I can't see them still. Did they never implement it? Oh, do I just need to be really high up to see the... Basically, there's new brackets such as platinum and diamond. They give more tickets, they give more gold medals, I believe, and that's about it. So yeah, but you can see this is a really it basically makes the garden, in my opinion, more not just about farming. You know, it's more about looking after the garden, which basically at the start of it, that's what it's about. It's looking after your garden, cleaning plots, you know, not making it a mess, making it as perfect and nice as looking as you want it to, which is what the pests are pretty much there to do. And it's also to give it more of a RNG feel, because there's only a few RNG drops right now in farming, and now because of pests, it gives so much more variety. So that's it for this video. It was just a short video showing off the update, and personally I quite like it. A lot of people have their own opinions on it, because like I said in the earlier stages in the video, there is some people that are not happy with the stuff that it takes his fortune from you, so it could interfere with your contests. But besides that, it's pretty good. So thank you for watching, and have fun with this update.